What's up, guys? It's Casual King MMA. Today we're going on a rant, a real rant this time, about why I hate the Apex. This is a problem I've been having for a long time, and I think RoboCop versus Cannonier was kind of the breaking point for me. Solid card, nothing too extraordinary, solid Apex card, but the main event was really solid. RoboCop drops Cannonier twice in the first round. Cannonier's on a two-fight losing streak. He's getting old. This is this is it. He loses this fight, Cannonier's career is done. He's able to rally, win the second, close third round. Fight could go either way. Cannonier drops RoboCop at the end of the third, finishes him at the beginning of the fourth. Great fight, but something was missing. I wasn't feeling it. I was thinking, what is missing? Why am I not as excited as I should be? And it clicked. There's no crowd. There's no energy. These guys are going to war, taking years off their life, and there's no energy to it. There's no crowd going crazy. It feels flat. And this kind of got me going down a spiral where a lot of my friends, a lot of the guys I grew up watching UFC with, don't watch like they used to. They don't care as much. And I was thinking, why? Why do they not care? And it clicked for me. 40% of all events in 2024 were at the Apex. This is a joke, and it is killing the sport. For two reasons. One, the Apex sucks for energy. There's not a lot of energy in the Apex. You just don't feel it. The crowd is a integral part of a UFC experience. Going to UFC events, I've had the time of my life. The crowd is like a Super Bowl crowd. The energy is electric, it's contagious. You can feel that through your screen. The Apex, you don't feel anything. Worse than that, though, is when the UFC doesn't have to sell out an arena, they'll just make a crappy card and put in the Apex. There's been so many bad cards in 2024, and while 2025 is looking up, RoboCop versus Cannonier just reminded me that the problem this sport had. The Apex is horrible. Dana Pink promised us in 2024 they were doing renovations on the Apex, they were going to tone it down. And I don't see it. It feels like we're going to the Apex all the time. Again, feels like nothing's changed. And Dana Pink lying, what's new on that one? Sorry, sip of water. Got to make sure the rant stays strong. I'm still going to watch UFC, but it's not enjoyable as much anymore. I'm watching events on my phone. I'm skipping fights because I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything with these Apex cards. And the worst part is, the whole point of the free fights, the whole point of Fight Night cards is to build up for the pay-per-views. You create stars. You give us good fights. You give us a reason to tune in. We follow these guys' careers like a storyline, and then, at the end of the storyline, we get to watch them fight for a title in a pay-per-view, or we watch their career crumble. It's very entertaining. I watched Gilbert Burns on his way up on Fight Night cards, not Apex cards, Fight Night cards. I got invested in his career. I got excited, and I saw him drop Usman in the first round. I thought he had it, and he choked. The entertainment I got from that fight is almost more than anything I've got in 2024. I felt personally invested in Gilbert Burns' career, and a part of that was he was on good cards with crowds, and it got me invested. The final card of last year, Colby Buckley, was one of the best cards of the year. It was an Atlanta Fight Night card. No title fights, no mass. Like Colby against Buckley isn't a massive draw, but it was an amazing card. So many knockouts, great fights. Buckley is now a legitimate star. I love him. And I wouldn't have gotten that if there was an Apex card. More than that, I think the crowd plays a part in fights, being entertaining or not. It is very hard to put on a boring performance and stick to a strict game plan when the crowd is booing you relentlessly. And it's a lot easier to push a little bit harder when you hear the crowd roaring its approval. One thing I love to do is I'll watch UFC fights when I go on runs on the treadmill. And when I'm getting tired and I hear the crowd go crazy, I find that extra burst of energy. It's got to be the same for the fighters. It has to be. It just has to be. And we're missing that energy. We're missing that drive. I mean, a fight got stopped to a cut on Saturday. A cut stopped a fight. It wasn't even bad. The sport is turning, it's turning into something it's not. We need to make stars like Buckley. We need to promote these guys. We need to make the sport fun. It is about entertainment first and foremost. And when the UFC has a contractual obligation to put on a certain number of fights with ESPN and they just put out Apex slop, it ruins the good name of the sport. I'll take less cards if it makes each card better. I want to be excited for the UFC again, and every Apex event chips away at my love for the sport. That's my rant, guys. If you disagree with me, yell in the comments. I'll make sure to yell back. Peace.